Welcome back to Ways to Love Your Money. I'm Elisabeth Dawson, and today we're going to talk about holiday shopping. Some of the statistics that I've researched in the past are something like this. The average person spends about $986 on credit cards during the holidays. But the question I want to ask is, how long does it take to pay that off? You know, average credit cards can be anywhere from 19.97% to 29.97% based on every different store. So I want to look at what does it cost and how long does it take you to actually pay that off if you didn't charge anything else on it. So part of my statistics were this: if you're just paying the minimum payment of about $30 per month, which this happens to a lot of people out there, this is why this is a money show. We want to make sure you have a relationship with money, not necessarily a relationship with credit cards. So if you think about this, if you're paying 20% on that card, it's going to take you 50 months to pay that credit card off at $30 per month. How many Christmases go through that 50 months? Multiples, right? Each and every year you're going to be actually probably charging up more. This is why people are in credit card debt. And again, I want to talk to you about something called a lost opportunity cost. If this lost opportunity cost is something where you could have actually invested this money, even that $30 or anything else, it's the additional cost that it would have cost you to actually pay that off in 50 months. How much do you think that is? $986 in 50 months at 20% interest becomes over $1,500. Now, just that additional $500 that you paid in interest to actually create wealth for a credit card company, a financial institution, a bank, think about this. What could you have done with that $500 extra each and every year? If you know your budget's going to be right around $1,000 for credit cards and to basically charge on your Christmas presents, then maybe have that relationship with money throughout the year. Maybe it's $75 a month, $80 a month, $100 a month that you're saving in a savings account. Why do I say this? Is because when you get time for Christmas, then you have the money intact. Now, in this scenario where we're talking about the average cost of credit cards during the holiday seasons at $986, taking 50 months to pay off at a 20% interest, what's that $500? What could that have done? Well, think about this. What are financial institutions making with that profit? They're making money on you. So our statistics here, if you could have earned 5% on that $500 each and every year for the next 30 years, that would have actually created almost $35,000 in your pocket. How much of that money would you like to recover, or do you want to still continue to give this to the financial institutions, the banks, the credit card companies that are happily taking away your money? On this episode today, we're going to have our lifestyle expert. It's going to be fun, but it's also taking a little jab at what this topic's all about. It's time to have a better relationship with money. Back by popular demand, we have Steven Kime here, our lifestyle expert. So welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be back. I had so much fun last time.
We're going to talk a little bit about your lifestyle research that you've been doing. Yeah, your credit card usage, things like this, and why you think it's important. But
I do a lot of work.
Talk to me.
I do a lot of work. Yeah. So
what's new?
We're coming up on Black Friday in the holiday shopping season. It's my favorite time of the year. I'm a giver, so I like to treat my family, friends, whoever it might be, to things that they deserve and will enjoy for Christmas or if they celebrate Hanukkah, whatever holiday it might be. I just like to give. So I've got a couple tips.
Okay, great. I'd love to hear these tips. I'm sure everybody out there would like to hear them too.
So for Black Friday, it can be a little bit stressful and menacing. So I wore kind of a sample outfit of what I think is the appropriate attire. I think this is the most important step, is getting ready mentally and preparing with the right, mindset. So first, you'll notice
you want to be warm, right? You're going to get there at like midnight and wait in line.
You do want to be warm. So that's why I wore the vest. It keeps my core warm, but my arms are free to snatch and grab whatever needed. I wore a pair of boots. You can't see them, I think, because they're off camera. But, if you need to nudge people out of the way, you've got that protection in a big, hefty boot.
Nudge them away.
Nudge them away. Nudge them lovingly. We don't want to get into the assault or battery territory. That's not good. That'll ruin your holiday season.
So do you pre-plan and make a list before, or do you just shop on the whim?
It's a little bit of both, but I think my biggest tip is to avoid all of that hassle. This book right here. This is my favorite book. This is the Neiman Marcus Holiday Christmas Book 2019. And it's got some really special things in it that you don't need to go to Walmart and get that doorbuster deal. You can just shop right here and everyone will love it. So this is I've got a couple things in here I really love that I just wanted to show you I picked out. The first one is a champagne vending machine for only $35,000. Only for the low, low price. You can get a vending machine that's got champagne in it. Talk about
I wonder what kind of champagne's in there.
a holiday party. This just next level party. People will be talking about you for decades.
So let me ask you, how are you going to plan to pay for all these things?
Well, there's a lot of banks offer holiday loans. You can get a short-term 12-month loan anywhere from 8 to 20%. But, happiness doesn't really have a cost. It's all about the feeling you provide. So that's one of my little kind of fun ones. And then there's some really cool experiences in the back that you can actually buy your family and
Well,
friends.
let's talk about experiences. I know that when I talk to a bunch of different millennials and such of that nature, they're very interested in the experience.
Yes.
I think a lot of people are interested in the experience, but you actually have a little bit more
I found
than
a
that.
really good one. So everyone right now is into makeup, the Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook, all of those people. Well, for $400,000, you can star in a Makeup by Mario video on Instagram. You'll be famous. You'll be a celebrity instantly.
It's a small
And
price to pay to be famous, right?
you'll look good. Well, it includes accommodations. I mean, you gotta, there's
Where are you
give and
going?
there's take, right? It's in New York.
Oh.
How fun will that be? You can see the Rockefeller Christmas tree, all of that kind of fun stuff. And that's, I think, my absolute favorite one. But then there's a couple of other really fun ones. Like
So Stephen, I have to ask you, are you worth just so much money, or do you really just depend on the banks giving you credit cards?
it's all about the banks. It's all about the banks.
And they'll give you a $400,000 loan for
Neiman
that?
Marcus has in-store financing.
Oh,
so I'm
wow.
sure they'd work with you. I mean, I know the more of this package they sell, the more money they make. So I'm sure they're willing to work with you. Or there's always a mortgage loan. You can get a home equity line.
You're going to mortgage yourself to buy a makeup for a day.
Again, it's about the happiness. It's about the giving. It's about the feeling it provides. And I want to talk about one more. I think one more will be good.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Denise Richards. I don't know if you are.
Okay.
But she actually is working with Rockstar Puppy. And they will make your dog or cat or ferret, whatever furry friends you have at home, a custom-made pet paradise for the low price of $70,000. This would definitely...
You can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
You can't make it up.
And this is the only place you're going to find special things like these. I mean, who else would think of getting... I mean, look, they've got a brownstone in New York, a little mock-up. You could even do like a little Cape Cod. The possibilities are endless. And you get to FaceTime with Denise Richards.
Oh, boy.
That
For how
alone is
long?
worth six figures to me. I don't know, but if it's 1 second or 10 minutes, I'm paying for it. She's my favorite.
Well, if I can reel you back in a little bit,
Sure.
Steven, because let's talk about this on a little bit more serious note, because this is excessive. We know that.
It is excessive.
We know that there's maybe 1% of the population that actually engages and do things like this, right? So when we're talking to people, and how I really know you, even though this is a lot of fun for you to do, let's talk about the seriousness of it, because there are people that think like that. There's people that think about, getting credit cards for Christmas. We actually just talked about that, right? What the average cost is that people charge each and every year. Those are things that's what this show is all about. It's a money show. It's not a ways to waste your money, but that is a great way to waste it. But we're getting into that holiday season, and people are thinking about this. So what do you think people are really thinking? I think that's why you're actually talking about this.
Well, I think people are really thinking that it's about, I got to give. And no matter what the cost. I know the temptation's everywhere. I mean, every store has a credit card now. Walmart even just came out with a Capital One credit card.
And their own app and all these other things.
Yeah, all these other things. They just make it so easy to shop. I mean, I know with my Target credit card, I don't even have to have the card. I just have my Target app and they scan it at the checkout. So
that is pretty scary.
They just
everything is on your phone
they
now.
make it
Apple
so
Pay,
easy.
everything, right? You can actually just put your credit card in there, swipe your phone, and boy, you're good as gold. But what if there's no more money left? Do we do this at the expense of our credit? Do we do this at the expense of everything? I mean,
A lot of people do.
I think a lot of people do. I think that's what this show is all about, is that we want to talk to you about the relationship with money, especially during the holidays, because usually everything goes out the window. Everything you've tried to save for your entire year, it's out the window. And everything that you're trying to accomplish for the new year, that's where so many people have remorse, that they want to get out of debt when it comes to the New Year's Eve, basically setting your resolutions for the new year of 2020. If you're already thinking that you want to get out of debt, now's not the time to charge it more. And just because you don't feel like you have enough to be able to do the things that you think will make other people happy, you need to take a back seat and kind of check yourself. Just check yourself for a moment. If the average person out there is spending over $1,500 around holidays and they're keeping that balance on their cards for over 50 months, think about this, because the next Christmas is coming, the next Christmas is coming, and the next Christmas is coming. It's all going to compound, and if that's how we're actually living our lives, if we don't have a relationship with money that makes sense, we need to live off of a cash life. You should be saving throughout the year so that you have enough money to pay for Christmas and what you want to do and create those experiences. So if it's $200 a month that needs to go into a specified account, great. If it's $500 a month because you want to have a bigger Christmas for experiences, great, but don't live off of the cost of what credit cards are doing to you today. Don't sacrifice your future. Thank you again for being on the show, Steven.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being
it.
that lifestyle expert and researcher that we all love.
It's my area of expertise.
It's your area of expertise. So what's your area of expertise? It should be about having a better relationship with money. Stay tuned for next week. We'll have another episode to come. The information provided in this show is for informational and educational purposes only. This show is not investment advice, nor is it intended to address the financial needs of any particular viewer. The opinions expressed on this show are not intended to be an endorsement of any particular investment strategy or service of any other kind. You must make an independent decision regarding investments or strategies mentioned throughout the show. Before acting on information in this show, you should consider whether it is suitable for your particular situation and strongly consider seeking advice from a financial advisor.